Hello, folks. Prophet Easy One here, aka the apothecary, and I just got another herb shipment in today. Was gonna do an unboxing video, but I was tired. It's been a long day, and somebody had ordered some things, and so she just came by to pick them up. So I've already opened my latest shipment of herbs, and might as well go through some of them with you, see what I got, and what they'll do for you. Now the bottles here, these are tinctures. Now, the ones that I have, they're made with a grain alcohol and distilled water, because that's the best way to get all the compounds out. Because see, certain compounds are water soluble and some are soluble in alcohol and not water, and vice versa. So this way you get all the stuff out. And generally, I know the company I get them from, they let this stuff go for 30 days, continuously turning it every so often to keep it mixed. It's very good quality stuff. But let's see, let me pull some of these out, because I'm sure I got duplicates of a bunch of them. Yeah, already I know at least one of them's for me. And the girl who just left here, she was very grateful, and she didn't have the cash to get the other things she wanted, but she'll be back. Yep, and she should definitely have the other thing. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Powder Arco. You see this right here? It looks backwards to me. I hope it's not to you. All right. Now this stuff, 93% of the time, gets rid of cancer tumors. Now I had arsenic poison, which gives you particular types of tumors specific to arsenic. I use that to get rid of them. I did use a few other things too, but that was the main thing. I remember being at a place called Hog Heaven down in Islamorada in the Keys. I was talking herbs to a guy, and a guy around the corner, he says, "Hey, well, you ever heard of Powder Arco?" I said, "Yeah, I just actually ordered some for myself." Why? Because I knew with the arsenic poison, I already been warned that probably within 7 to 9 years I would have cancers. That was back in 2002. Here it is 16 years later, and I'm still good. But I still take these things. Well, at times I took them for a long time, and I still like to take them preventatively, because they're good for so many other things too. But this gentleman, like I said, he asked if I'd heard of it, and I told him how, yes, I just ordered some for myself, and he said, "Let me tell you something about that." He said, "If it wasn't for that, I'd be dead." Now, he's got my attention, and this other guy's really good now, and it's a big, strong, strapping, healthy-looking guy, decked out. And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, I had an inoperable tumor, a brain tumor." And he said they told him whether they operated or not, he was a dead man. Well, he did like Lance Armstrong. He didn't want to hear that stuff from the doctors. And he did like me. I didn't want to hear that stuff from the doctors. Got into herbs. And he used the Powder Arco, and it got rid of his inoperable tumor that they said he was dead whether they operated or not. And he went on to tell me that what he does for a living now is he owns an herb farm in Brazil, because that's where this comes from. It comes from the bark of a tree. See, God made this stuff to be medicine. Here's more Powder Arco. Ooh. This for me is probably in my top 3, to at least top 5 as far as herbs go. Especially if you have any kind of a heart condition, whether it's arrhythmia, any kind of thing. See, I had the arsenic poison. Number one way it kills you is renal failure, which is kidneys. So I had to treat those. Second way it kills you is heart attack. And 4 times I went to the emergency room because of my heart. And I did my research. And there was other things I was going to take. Foxglove, which is what the medical profession makes digitalis out of. They make it from the foxglove plant. Yet research shows that the foxglove plant itself is so much safer because digitalis is poisonous. And it is 500 times more effective. That's what the researchers say, 500 times. Yet they want to sell you this poison, inject it into you, instead of giving you a cup of tea. And then it's so poisonous, they got to constantly monitor your blood. So, and that's what I was going to take due to my heart with research I'd done. Yet my mentor, who had 2 PhDs, a 3rd-generation herbalist, had worked in the medical profession for 7 years, and saw he could be better for people with the herbs. But I forgot what I was getting at there. But, yep, Hawthorne Berry. And some of what it does, let me tell you what it does. I know the deer like to eat it, but for your heart, there's nothing better. And you can take this particular herb regardless of what other herbs or medications you're taking, regardless. And it does several things. It actually strengthens the heart muscle. It helps get rid of cholesterol. It is one of only 3 herbs I know of that are what I call a regulating herb, where something's going up too much, it'll bring it down. In fact, the girl who just came has lupus. We'll get into that because that's what she came here for. And anyway, but if your blood pressure starts to go up, Hawthorne Berry will cause it to come back down. If it starts to go down too low, it'll cause it to come back up. Now, the mechanisms on how it does it, probably take 100 pages to explain it, but it works. Like I said, it's one of my very favorite, especially because of what it did for me. And I had arrhythmia. I used to be able to feel my heartbeat. I could hear it, the blood pumping past my ears. You know, I was close to death. And that stuff turned my heart around. Let's see what else I got here. More Pau d'Arco. That's a really good one. I mean, what I got here? Looks like, oh, more Hawthorne. Oh, it was saw palmetto. More Pau d'Arco. Yeah, I need them. More Pau d'Arco. I've helped a lot of people with cancer. More Hawthorne. Wow. You know, I had astragalus. That's for whether you have AIDS or lupus. This is one of those other regulating herbs. And what it does is, see, if you have AIDS, when you become HIV positive, it means that your T cell count is gone down below 400. Once it goes below 200, you're considered HIV positive. Now, lupus is the other extreme. When it goes up past a certain count, it causes you problems. Your own immune system is making too many things and attacking itself. Now, what astragalus does, one of the things that it does, is when you're taking that, if your T cell count starts to go too low, like with AIDS, it'll cause it to come back up. If it starts to go too high, like with lupus, it causes it to come back down. How it does it, I don't know, but I know that that's what it does. And actually, oops, let's see what else I got here, because I have it in the herb form too. Oh, and here, oh yeah, this is the strongest pain reliever I know of or that I've ever had. And you know, when I had the arsenic poisoning, the recommended pain reliever was morphine because it's that painful. Let me see, uncover this label a little bit. But instead, they gave me other things which didn't even dent the pain, and I didn't want to take them because I knew that the arsenic was already destroying my liver and kidneys. And like I said, kidney failure is the #1 way it kills you. So I didn't want to take those pharmaceuticals, and they really didn't dent the pain. The pain was that intense. But this stuff, Total pain relief. I gave it to a guy. I was at the Cabbage Patch. Guy comes in there. He's got he came in coughing. And he goes, ugh. And I look over, go, what's the matter, man? You got a broken rib? He said, oh, I got 4 of them. Or he said 5. He could hardly talk. And I said, well, don't you have any pain relievers? He goes, yeah, man, but they don't work. I said, man, I got some pain relievers that'll work, a pain reliever, in my truck. He said, oh, bring it in, I'll take it. So I brought him in a bottle like this. And I guaranteed him it was going to work. And he got ready to break the seal. See, these are all sealed. They have a plastic seal on them. And he said, I'll take half of it. And I go, ho, no, man. Don't open that thing unless you're going to buy the whole thing. But here's the deal. I'll let you buy it. You go ahead and try it. And I'm going to be here for a while. And if it doesn't get rid of your pain, I'll give you the money back. Because I can't sell you half a bottle. If I needed the other half, that'd be different. But, I can't go sell an open bottle. So sure enough, not only was his pain gone, I have a CD. I'm not going to get up and grab it for you right now. Where it worked so good for him, he got in touch with a friend of his who was a musician who gave me 2 autographed CDs thanking me. And I've had other musicians, some who are more famous than this guy, have written, man, thank you, Herb, man, you got the goods, because I've been able to help them with medicinal herbs. I've helped a lot of people. And I'll gladly help you too. All right, let's see. Let me make a little room here. I got a bunch of stuff in here that I got today. Okay, bright eye. See, there's several good things for eyes. Now, this is a blend of a bunch of herbs. We won't get into that here. Maybe I'll do a separate video on eye stuff later because I don't want this going too long. But I had this guy, Ozzy, from this area. Used to... he tried to talk like some famous Ozzy Osbourne. He always tried to talk like it, wore like John Lennon, blue glasses. And he told me for a long time his eyes were getting bad, knowing that I had eye herbs. And then finally one day, he says, yeah, I need to get some of those eye herbs. I go, well, what's up? He says, well, they're going to increase my prescription Friday. And I think he said it was going up 1 and 2. Or I don't understand all of that part, but one was worse than the other. So he said, so I figure I'll try the herbs. Now, I think this is what, I didn't have my number 1 or number 2 choice. I had this, which is a blend. It does have one of my choices and some other things. And when he went in that Friday, after I gave it to him on a Monday, he probably didn't start it till Tuesday. When he went in on Friday, they reduced both of his prescriptions. I've had my dad's prescriptions reduced. I recently went through 1 bag of Eye Bright. And I was amazed at the difference it made on my eyes. I'm wearing my glasses now. But next, I just put another bag of herbs in the kitchen that I'll be doing for my eyes, which is Bilberry. Right here. Bilberry. Now, my mentor, and me too, I can't think of any herb in particular I'd recommend you take every day. I mean, garlic, yeah, you could do. But, I mean, as far as that was really super vital or anything. And my mentor was that way until shortly before he died. And he changed his mind. He said that everybody should have bilberry every day. And we won't get in a whole lot on that now because there's plenty to be said about that. I'll cover that on another video. This one here, it's immune builder. Man, I have a different, similar thing too. If you got the flu, it'll be gone in 3 days. Just drink 2 cups of tea of that. If you got an infection, put it this way. I won't take antibiotics. I will take these probiotics. And I won't get into everything that's in here and what they do right now. But like I said, we'll keep that for another video. This is just an unboxing. Now, there's a local guy. I was just talking to him, some friends of his a while ago, who he came to me one time. We won't get it. There's some more of the bright eye. Which, like I say, that was my number 3 choice for the guy. Here's what they call Muslim tea bags for when you're making large amounts of tea. Instead of just using a tea ball. Oh, shoot, I forgot to order some more tea balls. Here's one. This is for a girl I just talked to a little bit earlier. This thing, if you got hormone problems, and the night sweats, and the bad attitude, and all of that, this is what you need. And for you guys, if she won't buy it, you need to buy it for her. I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine ran a kitchen in a bar restaurant that I'd remodeled in the Keys. Been there for years and before. Anyway, great gal, but she started going through it. And at the time, she was engaged to a friend of mine. And she talked to me about the herbs, but she didn't get them. And then finally, Gary comes to me. And he said, all about those herbs. I said, yeah, what's up? He said, man, I can't stand to be around her. The kids can't stand it. The whole kitchen staff's having a hard time with her. And I'd heard it from other people too, but I didn't know what was going on. So he went ahead and bought it. And she took it. Well, let me tell you. Not only did she thank me, Gary thanked me, her two children, who I'd known since they were little tiny things and were now like 10 and 12, they actually came and thanked me, and so did the people that worked with her. That's how good it is. It was my second bestseller, or pretty much tied for my bestseller in the Keys, because it helped so many people. Now here's more wild lettuce. You know, the pain reliever, if you only need it temporary, you get it in this. If you, for long-term pain, you get it the other way. And it is a narcotic, but it's legal for me to sell it because it is non-addictive. And I'm telling you, folks, unless you're taking morphine, you won't get a stronger pain reliever. Now, this is something I use to get rid of kidney stones from people. Takes 2 herbs right here. If you have kidney stones, hey, get in touch with me. In about 3 days, you won't have them. Okay. About 3 days after you start this. And it probably won't even take that long. But that's about what and I recommend you do them for 5 days, so anyway. But everybody else, by the 3rd day, boy, they're thanking me so much. More Bilberry. This was for a girl who just texted me the other day. This is a ginseng, which, you know, the government, the political correctness years ago, they all of a sudden said, you can't call it ginseng anymore, you got to call it ashwagandha. Ashwagandha them. This is ginseng. And this is the one for females, a Suma ginseng from South America. We got American ginseng, which the Chinese love. A lot of these herbs come from China and actually take trades from the company that I deal with for American ginseng. And but for men, the Chinese ginseng, the Panax is better. But that comes in you don't get much for the money. You know, I generally don't even bother making teas because it's a root anyway. I just take it and chew on it. Tastes kind of like crunchy peanuts. Ooh, I got this for me. Energy tea. Wow. You know, I only use it a few times. Like when I was working 2 jobs and be working night and man, I really need to pick me up. And this has no caffeine, no stimulants at all. What is it's a lot of enzymes and a lot of nutrients, a lot of vitamins and minerals. Amazing how much is in here. You could probably drink 3 cups of this. Don't quote me on this. Well, you can quote me on it. You get real close to a full day supply of your vitamins and minerals. But it has the enzymes too, which I remember I sold some to a friend of mine. We were at his house. And he was making some, and I showed up. It was in the morning instead of coffee. I said, yeah, I'll try some. And this young couple showed up. So he made some for everybody. Now, the girl was already hyper. She was always very hyper. She drank a cup of it. She swore she'd been drugged. She kept walking up down the hallway. What'd you put in my drink? What'd you put in my drink? Yeah, but this stuff, if you wore out or you need to pick me up in the morning, and there's no caffeine or stimulants, works great. More immune builder. Like I said, I would not take any antibiotics. Antibiotics, all of them are poisonous. Antibio, against life. They kill you. They kill things. This is what Prozac is made from. St. John's wort. Prozac will cause you to commit suicide, maybe kill other people, do all kind of crazy stuff. And it's addictive. This isn't. And see, the reason that herbs are safer and more effective than pharmaceuticals. This is a very good example. There's 42 medicinal compounds in St. John's Wort to make Prozac. They broke down some of these compounds. They synthesized 3 of them in a lab, put it in a pill for you, and that's Prozac. Now, God made this to be good. The pharmacists make it to make a bunch of money. And to get you addicted so they can make even more money. God put these things here for the healing of the nations. Now, there's 42 compounds here instead of just those 3. And some of the compounds that are in here automatically fight the side effects. And other compounds give a synergy to those that makes them more effective. And that's why 93% of the time, even though 80-some% of our pharmaceuticals and over-the-counters are derived from herbs, 93% of the time, the herbs are both safer and more effective. Not just safer or more effective. 93% of the time, safer and more effective. God perfected this stuff. The pharmaceuticals just try to make something similar. Most of their research, that's what it's spent on. What kind of compounds are in these plants that people have been using for thousands of years, and look at the things they heal. Let's see if we can get some of them compounds out, synthesize them in a lab, and charge an arm and a leg for them. Or get people hooked on stuff. Here's some more tinctures. Ooh, another one of my very favorite. This is over by my recliner right now. And I was out of it for a while. I've had 2 people tell me their Parkinson's is gone because of this herb. And see, with the arsenic, one of the super things it does is nerve damage. So I've been through my share of that. And I was out of it for a while. I don't eat it every day like I used to. Because it does 2 things. It makes your nerves more impervious to damage. And it helps regenerate your nervous system. Any kind of sciatica, nerve pains, Parkinson's, anything that's causing you to shake or tremor, and maybe even help with arrhythmia for your heart. Don't quote me on that one. But those other things, oh yeah. Like I say, I take it now just on occasion. And now that I finally got it recently, what a difference. Oh, and the Chinese, we'll get into some other, that is one of their very favorite herbs. For me, it's probably in my top 10 easy. Okay, more wild lettuce in the tincture. Let's see, let's hurry up and get through this. More tincture. Ooh, this is for diabetics. This blend was made by a woman who was an herbalist or an herbologist. And she had 2 sons that went to college to become the same. Actually, she's part of the company. She's dead now. She was part of the company. But both her sons were born diabetic. So she came up with this formula, which is a blend of herbs. And I'll tell you what, even if you don't have diabetes, it's good. But what it does, it's got one herb in there that helps your pancreas, which is what causes diabetes. They want to put you on insulin, which what that's going to do, they want you to regulate with insulin. Pretty soon, your pancreas just stops working because your body's, or it's all confused, Yeah. But I've been giving people that herb for many years, since before the doctors recognized that it was good for your pancreas. But that's in the blend, along with everything that diabetes attacks, this fights against it. And the diabetics who've gotten it from me, they always came back and got more, at least when I was available. This is the one to help with AIDS or lupus. In the root form, these are cut a little different from what I'm used to. These are cut thinner. I'm used to having them a little bit longer. But they taste like sugar cane, only they're about a third as sweet. I prefer, and others do, just put it in your mouth and chew on it. More of the good stuff for your eyes. I didn't know I ordered all of those. More astragalus. Now this one here, About 3 years ago, I was on a lunch break from a job, and I heard a thing on the radio about some research the medical profession had done on some herbs. This one here, feverfew. There ain't nothing better for migraine headaches. And there's several people I've sold this to who've had migraines for years, 10 years or more. Once they use it a few times, they've told me their migraines never came back. In fact, one of the people, because I'll tell people, I don't want you hooked on this stuff. You just use it when you need it, then put the rest away in a cool place out of the light, in a cupboard or something. And use it if and when you need it again. I don't want you hooked on this stuff. But anyway, let's get on with this. Like I say, this one's for kidney stones, part of the solution. And more to pain reliever, wild lettuce. Alright. Yeah, and a good old faux tie. The Chinese love it. They actually say it helps get rid of gray hair. I'm sure that just like the bilberry here. See, bilberry here that I was talking about, that's like a 20 times better antioxidant than vitamin A, C, E, or zinc. 20 times better. And antioxidants help to prevent you from aging and to keep bad things from happening. And also that particular herb, we'll get into it more in a different video. We're going to cut this off here in a second. It helps metabolize sugar. It's in the diabetic herb because it does help metabolize sugars. It's a really good herb. It does so much for your bloodstream and for your vision. We'll get into that, like I say, in another video. I hope this was enlightening to you. I will start breaking down some videos. Start informing you on how that you can get healed with God's medicine. Yep. And you won't have those big doctor bills. And you have something safer and more effective. And like I say, I have, and still do treat and cure things that the medical profession doesn't do. In fact, we'll get into more of that when I have some certain other herbs that I'll show you. Things that the medical profession can't do, but they'll keep selling you stuff that you'll use for 10, 20 years. They'll keep charging you for office visits, and all they're going to do is relieve the symptoms, where I'm not about relieving the symptoms. I want to cure the problem. I will give you stuff to relieve the symptoms while you're curing the problem, because sometimes that's necessary. All right, folks, that's it. I don't know if this will be on my new channel, The Apothecary. No, I think I'll upload it to the Profit Easy one. And I'm going to go ahead and open that other channel up. Maybe stick this on there too. And you subscribers to the Profit Easy one, I'll try to give some kind of notice or something. But, yeah, you're going to want to subscribe to the Apothecary channel too. It's a free education. Although that channel will be a for-profit channel. I mean, I will have maybe a PayPal thing or something, but you'll be able to buy the herbs directly from me too. And we won't even talk about expensive consultation charges. All right, y'all, read your Bible, pray, repent. Remember, the herbs are God's medicine. These are not alternative medicine. The pharmaceuticals are alternative medicine. This is what's been here. This is God's stuff to heal you. So if you need my help, if you got any questions, any kind of disease problem, I will show you a whole lot more. Try not to keep this video long. We're hitting a half hour. I'm going to call it a night. I'm tired too. All right. Yeah, remember, like I said, pray, read your Bible, repent, and get in touch.